It started as a simple compliment, but within seconds, it turned into one of the most talked about live TV moments of the week. A joke, a reaction, a line that didn't quite land, and suddenly, the internet was watching closely. Now, Howie Mandel is speaking out, addressing the viral exchange that left both hosts and viewers stunned. So what really happened between him and Ripa on live television? And why did it lead to an apology that's now making headlines? Let's break it all down. Introduction. Welcome back to the channel, where we bring you the biggest entertainment stories, from viral TV moments to behind-the-scenes drama. Today's story centers on a moment that quickly spiraled beyond the studio and into a full-blown online conversation. During a recent episode of Live with Kelly and Mark, what began as a lighthearted exchange turned unexpectedly tense, sparking debate about humor, aging, and how compliments can sometimes be interpreted very differently. Now, with Howie Mandel addressing the moment and offering an apology, fans are asking, was it really that serious, or just another misunderstood live TV interaction? Background context. To understand why this moment gained so much attention, it helps to look at the people involved. Howie Mandel is no stranger to the spotlight. As a comedian, actor, and longtime judge on America's Got Talent, he's built a career on humor that often walks the line between playful and provocative. Meanwhile, Ripa has become one of daytime television's most recognizable faces. Alongside her husband and co-host Mark Consuelos, she brings a mix of humor, warmth, and candid conversation to millions of viewers every morning. The dynamic on Live with Kelly and Mark is typically relaxed and friendly, with guests often joining in for lighthearted banter. But live television is unpredictable, and sometimes even the most casual moments can take an unexpected turn. Main news details. The exchange that sparked all the attention happened during a recent appearance by Howie Mandel on the show. The conversation initially focused on Mandel's milestone birthday. He had recently turned 70, a fact that both impressed and surprised the hosts. Ripa reacted with disbelief, saying it didn't make any sense, clearly referring to how youthful Mandel appeared. Then came the compliment. "You look great," Ripa said. On the surface, it seemed like a straightforward, positive remark, the kind of thing guests hear all the time on talk shows. But Mandel didn't take it that way. Almost immediately, he pushed back, questioning the phrasing and what he believed was implied beneath it. "I don't like that because that's a caveat," he responded, suggesting that the compliment was tied to his age. What followed was a moment of visible tension. Mandel explained that saying someone looks great after mentioning their age often carries an unspoken qualifier, "for your age." To illustrate his point, he used a striking analogy, comparing it to saying someone is smart for a stupid person. The comment drew a mix of laughter and surprise from the audience, but it also shifted the tone of the conversation. Ripa and Consuelos quickly clarified that they meant the compliment sincerely, without any hidden meaning. But Mandel stood firm in his interpretation, emphasizing how such remarks can feel conditional rather than genuine. Despite the awkwardness, the moment didn't spiral out of control. Mandel eventually lightened the mood with humor, joking, "I'm gorgeous. I am," which helped ease the tension and bring the conversation back to a more relaxed place. However, once the clip made its way online, the reaction was immediate. The exchange went viral, with viewers dissecting every word, tone, and facial expression. And that's when the story took on a life of its own. Following the widespread attention, Mandel addressed the moment, acknowledging how it came across and offering an apology for any discomfort caused. While maintaining his perspective on age-related compliments, he made it clear that there was no ill intent and that the exchange was ultimately a misunderstanding. Public and media reactions. As the clips circulated online, reactions were mixed, but passionate. Some viewers sided with Mandel, agreeing that compliments tied to age can feel backhanded, even when they're meant positively. Others felt that the hosts were simply being kind, and that the reaction was unnecessary. Social media quickly filled with debates about language, intent, and how people perceive compliments differently. Media outlets picked up the story, framing it as a moment that highlighted generational differences in communication and sensitivity. For some, it was a reminder of how easily tone can be misinterpreted, especially in a live setting where there's no time to filter or rephrase. For others, it was simply an entertaining, slightly awkward TV moment that got blown out of proportion. Either way, the fact that so many people were talking about it shows just how impactful even a small exchange can be in today's media landscape. Analysis / what this means. So what does this moment really tell us? At its core, it's about perception. The same words can carry different meanings depending on who hears them and how they interpret them. In this case, a compliment intended as praise was received as something more complicated. For Mandel, it touched on a broader issue, how society talks about aging, and how language can subtly reinforce expectations or stereotypes. For Ripa and Consuelos, it was a simple, genuine remark that didn't carry any negative intent. This difference in perspective is what made the moment so compelling and so relatable, because it's something many people have experienced in their own lives. In the context of entertainment, it also highlights the unique challenges of live television. There's no script to fall back on, no second take to smooth things over. Everything happens in real time, and sometimes that leads to moments that feel more real and more human than anything scripted could achieve. Future possibilities. Looking ahead, it's unlikely that this moment will have any lasting negative impact on those involved. If anything, it adds another memorable clip to the long history of live TV surprises. For Howie Mandel, the apology helps close the loop, showing that he's aware of how the moment was perceived and willing to address it. For Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, it's a reminder of the unpredictable nature of their show and the importance of navigating those moments with grace. And for viewers, it's another example of why live television remains so engaging. Because you never know what might happen next. Conclusion. So what started as a simple compliment turned into a viral moment, a public discussion, and ultimately, an apology. It's a story about communication, perception, and the fine line between humor and misunderstanding. And while the moment itself may have been brief, its impact shows just how powerful live television can be. In the end, it wasn't about conflict, it was about conversation. And sometimes, those are the moments that resonate the most. Viewer engagement. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Howie Mandel was right to call out the comment? Or was it just a harmless compliment taken the wrong way? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest entertainment news.